Alright guys, as promised, this is the uh, second portion. This is part 2 of my video showcase of my System of a Down collection after 6 years of searching and buying, and hundreds of dollars spent, of course, but all in love for my favorite band. And in this video I'm going to showcase the handful of EPs, System of a Down EPs that I have, the tapes that I have, and the vinyl albums that I've bought. And first off is the Sugar EP. This is a really unique piece. Don't see a lot of these either. On this one, it's a 7-track, released in 1999, and it has the album version of Sugar. It has the clean version of Sugar on it. Storage has a B-side track, a live recording of Sugar, and a live recording of War, and the clean versions of both those tracks as well to make 7 tracks. And on the inside are just some magazine reviews, just like the Spiders single in the previous video. And another blue promo disc. I think even harder to find, I believe, is this piece right here, the limited edition tour CD. Well, I think it's a limited edition tour EP, but it was released in 2000. Yeah, 2000, and it's a 6-track EP with the album versions of Sweet Pea War and Suggestions, along with the live recordings of those 3 songs at the Fillmore Theater in Colorado on June 29th, 2000. And on the inside is just another, just like all their other early releases, is just another blue promo disc. And on the 1-page leaflet is the tour dates from 2000. One of the more recent ones, and hard to come by, it took me a while to find this, was my Question DVD EP, I guess I would call it. I don't know the exact name for this, but it's just entitled Question. It's an import from the United Kingdom, and it is a 4-track EP. Well, not necessarily 4-track, it's more 4-video. The first one being the concept music video for Question, the regular music video for BYOB, and live performances of Sugar and BYOB at Astoria in 2005. That was a really good show. And here is my final EP, and that is my Lonely Day. 6-track, the first being the album version of Lonely Day, the second being the Wu-Tang collab with the song Shame, the third being the Black Sabbath song Snowblind, their cover of it, and their cover of the Berlin song Metro, along with their B-side track Marmalade from from the 90s era. They wrote that back in the 90s. And the final being the music video for Lonely Day on a PC format. And this was released in 2006. Definitely my favorite EP listening-wise. I like the Snowblind, Metro, and Marmalade off of this. Really cool tracks. let's say, onto my more interesting material, I think, in my opinion. Uh, of the two tapes that I have, here is what I consider to be the most valuable thing in my collection, and that is the System of a Down demo tape from 1995. It's the first, well, one of the first tapes they ever put out. Rumor says that it was released at local shows that they did in the LA area to promote themselves. As you can see, it's still in its wrapping, has never been opened. It isn't repackaged, it's never been opened. I bought this online from a Hollywood vendor who had this in a collection for sale, and I was able to buy this individually. Not going to disclose the amount for it, but I was able to buy this individually, and I got a very good price for this. And what makes this piece really interesting is that it has the material that was played with their original drummer. For those who don't know, John is not the original drummer, he is the second. This is with their original drummer, Andy. It's released in 1995, and it's a 4-track. The first side having the demos of Sugar and Sweet Pea, and the second side having a B-side track called Damn that was written by Darren, and the demo version of Pluck, which, if you've been able to hear that demo version of Pluck, it's really cool. Not the quality kind of sucks, but really cool version, and it has a really cool outro in it as well. And the second demo tape that I have is their 1997 release. This one was more commercialized. There's more copies of this around than the first, obviously. I really like the album work on this. The inverted picture of the bug zapper. Really interesting. Still in its wrapping too. It's never been opened. Even though the material on this cassette was said to be made with their original drummer right before he left in '97, the artwork on this actually credits John. Yeah, Serge, Darren, John, and Shavo. But I don't believe John should actually be credited with this, because I believe this is a second version of this demo disc, the first crediting Andy with the drum work, and the tracks are No, War, and People, all demo versions, all tremendously good. For cassette quality, I've heard the MP3 versions, and they sound incredible. They're really cool. Well, just like the album songs are. I mean, of course they're going to be good. But what isn't mentioned on this is actually there's an outro song after People. It's said to be the experimental demo to People, but I'm not so sure about that. Some people call it Ginger, but I think it's most widely known as the Unknown Track. And if you search that, you'll be able to find it. Really grainy sounding, really trebly, no bass to it at all, barely. But valuable piece as well. And for the last portion of my video are my three vinyls that I own. The first being the Hypnotized picture disc, which was the US release of this. This isn't the European, this is the American version. And it just has the album artwork on the front. This is actually in its packaging but this is a sticker on the packaging. It's actually not on the disc, but let me see if I can get this out without tampering it too much. No, I'm not going to try and force it. I try and be as delicate as I can with these pieces. On the reverse side of this, all you will see is the some artwork that is found in the booklet of the CD version. So it's nothing alien on the back, but it's really cool though because it's blown up and it's on vinyl and has a coating to it to really make the image shine. And the almost the same piece to that is the Mesmerizer version of that. And that's identical as well. And same thing applies to the rear of this. This will have on the reverse side the eye that has the clock around the iris on the reverse side. This is also the American release of this as well. The cases aren't in really good shape. They're starting to split, but I have them in a separate, I double case them to make sure that nothing harms the discs. So the discs are in really good condition. There's no scratches at all. They're very clean. They've only been played maybe a handful of times on my player. I think the Mesmerized one has only been played twice. And my final piece of my collection is my favorite of all that I have, and to me it's the most valuable, especially because I spent the most money getting it. I bought this from a online seller from Australia. I would say about I think 3 years ago, and that is my vinyl of Toxicity. I naturally have to have a love for this because it is my favorite album. I love all of their material, but this in particular is my favorite. And what makes this extra special is the fact that, let's see if I can get this out of here. Of course, it's got to be stubborn. Is that it has the signatures of all 4 members. And there's nothing special about the LP itself. It actually just looks like a regular vinyl, and it appears the album artwork is the same as the CD. But this has never been played, and I probably will never play it. Really cool though. I love this band. I love their music. They've inspired me to pick up guitar and bass on the side as a hobby. Not a professional player, but I'd say I'm a decent one. And it wouldn't be for that without these guys. So I thought I would show everybody what I have, and hopefully other fans can appreciate this collection as well. And I thank you for watching. Obviously I have some pieces missing to this collection, as you can see, and I well know that. To this day, 6 years later, I'm still looking for pieces that I'm missing you know, the last demo tape that I need, or one of the singles that I haven't gotten, and the vinyl editions of Steal This Album. But I really do love my collection of all this, and it really gives me, I don't know, it's really a hobby collecting all this and listening to their music and really appreciating their work. And that's it for now.